Hello. There was a 2 or 3 days break for me. I got busy, but I'm glad to be back here. Alright, day 18 R for record keeping. This is one of those videos that I would personally rate as a 5-star requirement. This may not be a 5-star video, so to speak, but it's a 5-star requirement. Record keeping. The younger you are and the sooner you pick this up, the more the blushes that you will save for yourself and your seniors or for your clients and for the name of your law firm. Record keeping is an extensive part and parcel of our lives, and I'm just going to be able to touch the tip of the iceberg. This is going to require a lot of innovation from your own end, depending on whether you're a solo lawyer, whether you're an intern, whether you're a full-fledged law firm. Well, if you're a full-fledged law firm, you won't be here, would you now? So if you're working in a full-fledged law firm, you can use some of these suggestions that I have to further your career without much ado. Now, when a client, there are 2 ways a client will be brought to you. He or she shall either walk in, or there'll be a call or a reference or whatever. So clearly, you need 2 different types of registers. I call it an opportunities register simply because any call that comes to me from Google or anywhere goes in here. It's a very simple format. Date, name, mobile number, regarding. I just don't come too close. Okay, so date, name, mobile, regarding, and it's filled up like that. Those are the number of calls I got. You must be thinking I'm a busy lawyer. I am. Okay, those are the people that gave me a phone call to ask me about something related to law. So they go here. Now, if they come down to me, it's very rare that I go there to them, but if they come down to me, then this is a good template, and this you can zoom in as much as you please. Alright, client information sheet, feel free to do whatever jing bang you want to do with it. I have all clients info here. I need to have the spouse and parents details, that goes here. Personal information, I'd like to know the date of birth, number of children, where he's working or she's working, so on and so forth. This needs to be filled. And usually I will also write a story right behind after the meeting. Alright, so that's where it all starts. Every call that you get needs to go here. Every email that you get needs to go here. Every person that walks through your doors needs to go here. If you're a cog in the wheel for a major law firm, they may be having their own processes, but no harm for you to do this on your own. So you know how many leads were passed on to you in any given moment, in any given year. Now, so the client has walked in. As soon as the meeting is over, pause moment. When I say pause moment, it's a moment for you to stop and pay me real good attention. As soon as the meeting is over is the best time to write down meeting minutes or minutes of the meeting. Then and there. It can be in the form of points. Right? Then and there. Don't do it later. Don't get away from that chair. Like that's the chair you've been warming. The meeting is over. Stay there and warm it up a bit more and finish the meeting minutes, because you will forget. Absolutely you will forget, even after 6 hours, some of the fine points. Now what you can do is action items, owner, deadline, status. In the sense, action item, you agree on something, like first notice of arbitration to be sent, that's what was agreed. Who owns that action? Me. Deadline, there's a deadline. Okay, and there's something called status, which you keep updating on your records. Now, bear in mind, the minutes of the meeting, right, needs to be on your table before the next meeting. And the next minutes of the meeting must bear some resemblance or some similarity or some continuation with the first minutes of the meeting. So this occupies an entire file by itself. Now there can be two separate files for minutes of the meeting. One, it goes into the client file, and one goes to a master file of all the minutes of the meeting. Right? Those of you in my law firm who are listening to this can simply implement it in a better manner. Now, in the unlikely event of you getting the case, I'm being sarcastic. Here comes your lifeline. Aren't you too far? Like, no? Okay, alright, cool. Here comes the next record. Documents received from clients, documents given to the clients. Now, I don't know how it is in United States or wherever else law is practiced. But in India, very often what happens is the client brings in a set of documents, accept the check with your professional fees, and then after 3 days or 3 weeks says, give my papers back. Right? So you need to have proof of what documents did you receive. This goes into each client's file. Documents received from clients 1, 2, 3, 4 on which date. Right? And when you give the documents back to the client, that date and the documents given to the client. Simple as that. It's all cool. It's all common sense. Okay. And continuing. Yeah, I'll stick to the document part. Now, when you get a document, there is a saying called the devil is in the detail. Go deep into the detail. Alright. Would somebody be so kind as to fetch me those stamp collections from top, please, especially contents not known and stuff like that. Thank you so much. Now, I have a habit of writing on the document the history of the document. Just from far, I get this envelope, I write received / by who / from where / which day, which date, at what time. Even the time is mentioned here. Just for an envelope. And if I get a file, notings here. So, what I mean to say is, let's assume your client gives you this. Now, yes, you do write it here. You also take a pencil, never call for originals, pause moment, never, ever ask a client to hand you over originals. Why? Because it's not your job to do the safekeeping and be a warehouse. Always call for photocopies, and you can call for as many of them as you want. Supposing I'm your client, I give this to you, you will immediately have 2 records to be kept. One, what is the papers that I give you? Okay, so you'll write here minutes of meeting. Okay, this is a client specific document. Okay, this is not a generic document. Each client will have a sheet of this in his file or her file. Which document was received from me? Meeting minutes. When? The date, preferably time too. And then I will write it here. What is the format of that writing? Suit yourself, right? Whatever you want. It should have day, date, time, right? When was from, who gave it to you, and who received it. If it's you, then you. If it's somebody else, then somebody else. And then I have these fancy collections of stamps. Very cheap in India. $100. Now, this one says, can you come closer? Thank you. Received contents not known. This is what goes there first if it's an envelope. This goes next. Contents read by whichever lawyer on whichever date. And I have a fancy collection. I have a record keeping. This is fun now. I have a lot of fun with my job, as you can see it, and I love it. Look at this. This book belongs to Advocate Nitya. Bought on, bought from, cost, book collection number so and so here. So basically speaking, you can automate this process by making lots and lots of rubber stamps like this. Okay, I had my share of fun. Let's get back to work. All right, now. This is going to be a long video. You guys can pause me and go and grab some coffee, take your washroom break and come back. It's going to be a long video. You are here to be great lawyers. Out comes the next paper from the hat. Daily activity list. Name of the client, daily activity list. Date, day, activity performed, next step and reminders. Don't zoom in here. Okay, it looks something like this. Daily activity sheet. Why? I'll tell you why. I don't know how it is in Germany and Poland and Pakistan where lawyers practice, but in India, very often, a lawyer is asked, what did you do in my case? Yeah, it's very frustrating. You win a case, maybe because of your brilliance, and then the lawyer will, then the client will say, oh, that was just an easy thing to do. What did you do in my case? I will have the daily activity list upon list upon list, and just by showing the daily activity list, it should not be blank like this. Okay, just by showing the daily activity list, which runs into several pages, the client will have a reason to shut up. Yeah? Now, it's also a good way to evaluate your own progress. If you have a junior, it's a good way to evaluate the junior's progress. What the hell is she or he doing with the salary that you're paying? With the client that you've handed over? The daily activity list. I hope somebody is jotting this down as you're watching my video, as I'm revealing all these secrets to you. I also have a record on a daily basis of all the active clients and a status report. I also know how much money they have paid me so far. A daily status report of every client. Necessary for a solo lawyer, necessary for a boss, necessary for a department head. Yeah? More. There's lots more. An entire month. This is one of my rough sheets. An entire month. Don't zoom in. I don't want my clients' names to be displayed. This is conspicuously displayed wherever I go. I mean in my room. At a glance, I need to know on that particular day. Excuse me? Why are you nodding your head?
Because the names can be seen.
Alright, that's fine. So, on a particular day, 10 days ahead, I need to know what is the priority for that day. So me or my assistant don't book an appointment for that day. You need to have this in your bedroom if you're a budding lawyer. So you tell your girlfriend or your boyfriend, oh, I already have a case on that day. We'll celebrate your birthday the next day. There is more. Now, after a lot of trial and error, I came up with 3 different types of giant folders that each client needs to have, at least in my case. I call it Series A, file number so and so, KYC details, retainer agreement. That's all that will be there in this folder. I call it A. A because it's very prominent. KYC details, something, this goes in there, and all other, anything and everything about the personal details of the client. Addresses, phone numbers, contact details, and the agreement that I sign with them. Then I have a Series B. A Series B, meetings, minutes of the meetings, any video recordings I might have done, court reports. I don't know what's the meaning of law to, please forgive me, there must be some error there. Can somebody explain to me what's the meaning of law to client communications?
Communications exchange between you and me.
Why is
law is not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
So sorry, it's an error.
Yeah, you see. I'm so sorry. Okay, I don't know the meaning of this. Please forgive me. Don't do this in your... Oh God, what an embarrassment. But don't delete this video. So depressing. Let me carry on. Series C. Professional fees, invoices, receipts, expenses, invoice, receipts, whatever. So 3 different folders that each client carries. Don't make spelling mistakes there. or don't outsource that work to somebody, one of your interns. Must be the intern who ran away. Yeah. So basically this suits me well. 3 different folders. I know everything about the client. If I need to reach out, the communication address, so on and so forth. I have all the minutes of the meetings, and I have all invoices and commercial related aspects. 3 different folders. They all can go in one big folder. And if there's a very big client, a very big corporate client, you will need to have lots and lots of cases and other folders to wrap these folders within, and that's just fine. Now there needs to be also a sheet which tells you which file is where. Alright, now I normally try to back this up with a Gmail. I normally Gmail myself about the locations of important files, or I send that email out to all my colleagues so they know at any given point in time which file is where. I think there's lots to cover. I would strongly recommend, I'm not selling or I'm not an affiliate of this organization called freshbooks.com. Freshbooks.com. I find that very useful for accounting, wherein I can raise an invoice, it's sent electronically, it can be paid electronically. If it's paid, I can just fill in details of the payment received. I can create a proposal and send it. I can log in expenses. I can convert my billable hours into an invoice. Go check it out. Freshbooks.com. I think it's free for first 3 clients, and then it becomes paid. 5 clients. If you have just 5 clients, it's free. Highly recommend it. Freshbooks.com. Now, other than that,
Flock.
sorry.
Flock.
No,
Evernote.
I think we are not using Flock anymore. Flock is a good app. I don't want to say anything bad, but there's something called Evernote. Go and check Evernote. Now, there is a good use for all those previous year's diaries that you have. They can be used into, like, they can be recycled like this. So I have something which says meetings. I have something for travel. Then I have something for graphs. I've never made a graph. I don't know why it is here. Contacts. It's don't rely on your cell phone. It's going to die on you, and you'll be left high and dry. Okay, it's one of my pet peeves that when a number is being made available, one of my interns tries to take it down on an iPhone. Okay, and then she loses the iPhone. This is the most robust and reliable mechanism to record telephone numbers. Handy. I think it goes in one of the pockets. No, I just want to put it in the pocket.
Sir, your pocket is
Okay. Alright, it goes in one of the pockets, and this will stand you in good stead.
is not proper.
But this will stand you in good stead when you're in a new city. The other way to safeguard your contacts is Google, Gmail. Go to contacts, store them there, and you're done. Reliable. Okay, do not store numbers on your mobile phone and leave it at that. Anything else that I must have missed? Give me a moment. Opportunities register. Oh yeah, in and out of documents. Well, it's over and above this particular sheet. Your law firm may be sending out a lot of documents to associates for notarizing, so on and so forth. So this is in and out document register. Visitors register. Basically everybody that has come here goes in here, which is different from opportunities register, but these are twin brothers or twin sisters. I don't want to talk about this. It's the other depressing part. Attendance register. That biometric thing doesn't work. Okay, because half the time there's no electricity. Yeah. Secondly, somehow this does it for me. Now, this is if you have lots of employees. Okay, and this is a major source of trouble for any lawyer that is brave enough to start a law firm. Okay, so R for record keeping, except for that faux pas, with my B series folder. I'm not deleting this video because I want to keep it raw and real. I don't want to show you that I am the best available expert on record keeping, but I endeavor to do it this way. And feel free to add your own records. I don't know what kind of practice you must be in or you're going to start out. Customize it. Nobody taught me all this. I learned it myself. And if there is any of you who knows a better way to keep records, please ping me. I'm interested in learning more. If ever there is a company that sees the predicament I'm suffering from, and if you can automate this and teach me how to have a better form of record keeping. Oh yeah, we forgot the other day. Well, I have a thin register, okay, wherein, I'm so sorry, you need to have definitely a lawyer's diary where you will keep records of your next hearings or meetings or what have you. And in fact, can somebody run and fetch me that black register while I keep everybody engaged here? From Cochin High Court, the one which we bought, the long one. No?
Same one.
No, it's not the same one.
2020 it is.
It's not the same one.
Okay. Similar like that.
It's not similar at all.
Okay.
Well, my assistant is a bit confused here, but I'll show you. There's something else I have which is very sleek looking, which I like, and I like to have a lot of fun with records because let's put it straight, it's a very boring job, isn't it? Otherwise, it's all black and white when it comes to law. I try and make it colorful this way. I invest a lot in papers and stationery, and the more the merrier. There you go. In which way is this similar?
So
This is square and this is rectangular. Let's not do that. We are on.
I only bought it.
It's not similar.
Okay.
All right. Now here, for example, serial number, case number, party's name, court, and adjourn date. What I like about this particular format is appointments, things to do. Okay. Which is not available here. Okay, I picked this up just for this reason, appointment, things to do. Right. On the other hand, I like these small little sayings here. No guilty man is even acquitted by the verdict of his own conscience. Wow. I like this for that. So invest in multiple methodologies, keep it fun, keep it colorful, okay, and figure out your own ways of record keeping. The more the merrier. Thank you so much, and I will see you with alphabet S, which is for day 19 tomorrow, and we are nearing the end of the boot camp. I need to pop up that question, how well are you doing? I know it all, because the Carpe Diem Club, which finds its genesis in boot camp alphabet A for alarm, is not doing very well. There are only 5 folks who send me good morning between 5 and 5:45. So I can only dread to think what must you be doing with B for books, C for compose, D for do's and don'ts, E for elocution, F for finance. I have no clue. But I need to get on and do my job and get to alphabet Z or Z as the Yankees call it. See you soon tomorrow, day 19. Bye-bye.